It's the 9th of June and I've been trying a couple of experiments anyway, this season. I have trouble getting lettuce to germinate through the season. I can usually get the first lot to go, but I struggle after that, and I sort of heard it might be just too warm trying to get it growing in the greenhouse. I've tried outside, but that usually just means that slugs will get it and don't get any lettuce anyway. So I've tried one or two different things. Now, the first batch of lettuce that I had in did alright this year, and it grew in this tub at this end. It's just about past its best now. We've been taking leaves for lunchtime salads, but I'm going to take that out now, replant it up with something else. So the next thing was I did try some outside. I put some outside in the cold frame. That's the lettuce that's in there. And that went in the 4th of May. And some germinated quite quickly, but nothing like the amount of seed that went in. So I thought what I'd do is I would try sowing some seeds inside on kitchen paper and leave them, see how they went. They germinated really well, and it only took a couple of days to get them to germinate, and they've done really well. Now, the only trick is it's very difficult to prick them out, to get those seeds and roots out off the kitchen towel without doing any damage. So I managed to get those out there in that tray there. There's two sorts. There is some Lakeland, sorry about rooms, some Lakeland on the left and some Saxo on the right, and they were carefully removed from the kitchen paper and planted in there. I then just put the kitchen paper in a tray on some compost, covered the rest of the seeds, and that's the result with those Lakeland. They've been in since the 23rd of May, excuse me, rubes. The same with Saxo, they're going okay. In between that, I've been trying stuff with different compost. I don't know about you, I go through loads of the compost. I can't really afford the expensive stuff. Yes, no doubt there's some really good stuff about, but it costs an arm and a leg, especially if you go through a lot like me. So I tend to stick and try and make use of the cheaper compost. So I've been using Verve from B&Q, and some things have gone really well in it, I have to say that, and some things haven't. So I'm trying different composts. I've got a lettuce in too, so that lettuce in there is in Verve, that's Lakeland, and then there's another Lakeland in Levington's tomato right in there. Both look alright, both coming along okay as far as I can tell in there. One thing that didn't like Verve really was tomato plants. So this tomato plant's been in Verve and it's sort of run out of steam, and I wouldn't expect it to. I must admit I haven't looked after it that well. But most of our tomato plants look like this when they went into Levington compost. And the result in the greenhouse is that they're now growing much better. So as far as the tomato plants go, they seem to love the Levington compost much more than the Verve. But having said that, Verve grew our runner beans okay. Climbing French seemed to do all right. And just as a point, that mint plant and the one next to it in there are in Verve, and they've been cropped twice already this season, and the mint frozen. Cucumber is in Levington's, and so is that one, and that looks a bit of a gem, doesn't it? It's going really well, that. So Levington seems to be okay for cucumbers and tomatoes. Have to see how these go. We've given up trying to sow peas outside. It's just so dry they're not coming on. So we've got 4 trays of Mange 2 peas there. Oregon sugar snap. Most of those look to be coming through and doing okay. So now we'll have a pop outside and see what's been going on out there. How you doing, Rubes? Have you been up to mischief? Hey? Hey, Rubes? Rubes? Have you been up to mischief? Is that it? That's that cracker over now? No. So a couple of things round here. I'm trying lettuces in these supposed slug collars to see if we have better luck than we do just leaving them in the ground. And these plants, this first tub, this one is Levington. The next one is full of verve. The next one's Levington and then verve at the end. Tomatoes have not been in long, so a bit too early to say, but I think they might be suffering a bit from the weather. A final quick look round here. These tomatoes didn't look all that good when they went in here, but since they've got in what is Levington on the top, they're looking alright to me now, so hopefully they're going to be alright. Wonder where Ruby is. Where have you been, you little mischievous monkey? Rubes, come on this way.